will be starting shortly. Good evening, everyone. We'll start the session with the blessings of Goddess Saraswati.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती सरस्वती भगवती
Good evening, everyone. We sir. Once again, good evening, everyone. We, Sardar Patel Institute of Technology, WIWTC, is celebrating Women's Week. So, first of all, happy Women's Week to all the lovely women present here. WIIEEE S.P.I.T and WI Bombay section present to you a talk on an incredible life journey. For that, will be joining us today a superwoman and an amazing visionary. And when I say amazing, I mean it. She is living example of beauty with incredible talent. She is the former RJ and an excellent speaker. She has completed her BA in Media Studies and Psychology. She is an all rounder and has participated in several state and national level competitions. Today, she'll be sharing her story with us. So let's welcome Miss India Multinational 2019, Miss Tanvi Malhara. Tanvi, it's so good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Oh, it's
So,
done. Now I have to start talking.
yeah, I'll hand over the stage to you. It's all about you.
Thank you, Sneha. I wish I could see your face. Can I see your face?
I
Because
guess my
literally I can't see anyone. Oh, hi, Sneha. Lovely introduction.
thank you.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. And I wish I could see everyone's faces so that I could just see, but it's fine, we can't. How many people have joined in? May I know the number?
Oh, I have to check the.
Achha, they are still joining, or like, should we wait for a few seconds or should I just start?
Oh, we can wait for a few minutes or we can start as whatever you want.
Okay, cool. I really wish I could see some faces. Anyway, hi guys. If you're listening to me right now, my name is Tanvi Malhara. I am your Miss India Multinational 2019. Sneha, at least you have to listen to my entire thing, okay? Um,
Yeah,
uh,
sure.
now you can go. It's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so I am Tanvi. I am your Miss India Multinational 2019 and 2020, and soon I'll be representing India at Miss Multinational 2021. I've been a radio jockey for 2 years, and I have what I've basically done is I have combined the two. I've combined radio and pageantry together, which makes my job easier because when you talk about beauty pageants, the beauty standards are unlimited. It's undefined. It's subjective. What makes me stand out, and hopefully I'll be able to impart that something in you, is how to combine few talents together. I mean, two contradictory talents together, and you can become something new. Okay, so in the next few minutes, as in for the next few minutes, what are you going to take back? Firstly, happy International Women's Week. It's an honor to be here. Before I start my official speech, I just want to tell you how grateful I am to be here, and all thanks to Sneha Gauri and, of course, my Miss Teen Multinational India. Siley, it's the reason, it's because of these three women I'm here, so thank you so much for that. I have a short story to tell you all. So my bade papa, like my uncle, he studied in this college, and my dad, he lived in the hostel, boys hostel that this college has. So today I was just telling my dad, like, listen, I'm going to talk in this college. So he's like, oh really? That's my college, as in that's, I lived there illegally. And well, I should not have said that, but okay, never mind. But yeah, so this really says a lot how, you know, life is a full circle and our world is very, very short. Okay, now what's going to happen in the next for the next few minutes is, you're not going to look into Instagram, and you're not going to stalk some random people. You're not going to check your WhatsApp. You're not going to look at your faces. I don't know if you can look at your faces, but what happens in Zoom calls and meetings is that you look at yourself more than you look at the host. So please don't do all that. What's going to happen for you is I'm going to share some stories so that, you know, you can experience some rush of endorphins and dopamine. You can also take some inspiration from me, because I'm a very, very ordinary girl who's come from a very, very ordinary family. And if I can, it's a very cliched line, but if I can dream and become something, anybody, I'm telling you, anybody can do anything in this life. Okay. So because you guys are engineers, I am sure you guys are way smarter than I am, because I was an art student and I'm an art student by heart, at heart. So because you guys are engineers, I know you guys are very brainy. There are many types of people you meet in college, I'm sure. There are some जो कि पहले दिन जब असाइनमेंट मिल जाती है उसी दिन से प्रिपरेशन शुरू कर देते हैं, यू नो, असाइनमेंट्स लिखने की. देयर आर सम हु विल टेक देयर ओन टाइम एंड दे विल, यू नो, रिसर्च एंड, यू नो, एकदम अच्छे से प्रॉपर वे में दे विल राइट देयर असाइनमेंट. देयर आर सम हु विल गो very, very deep. They'll not only just, you know, write their assignment, they'll also research something bigger, something more for their assignment. And there are the last ones जो कि last day पर all nighter करते हैं, and then they'll just copy the assignment of someone else. I was the first one. जब भी मुझे assignment मिलती थी, I was the first person to just get on it. I'll be like, I just want to get it over with. I don't want a headache in my head. And I had my friends who used to just sit one night और सारे papers मुझसे, you know, copy कर देते थे, and they used to score better. So I have realized that no matter what you do, even if you do it first or if you do it last, the main important thing is it's in college that, you know, assignments don't matter that much, and it's really the experiences that matters, and it's really what you involve yourself in, it matters. Because when I was in college, I was doing part-time assignments. I used to host mall ke shows. I don't know if you all know this, but I was in Pune Liberal Arts, and every Sunday I used to go there. I mean, you know, I had what do I say? I had associated myself with some event agencies, and they used to give me jobs, you know. So for Saturday, Sundays, they used to tell me, if you host this show, pura din, like 12 hours ke liye, we'll pay you 3,000 rupees for one day. So for weekends, I used to earn 6,000 rupees. So that was my allowance for the week, because my parents didn't give me a lot of money. They'll be like कि तुमको जरूरत क्या है पैसों की, तुम्हारा सब कुछ तो पेड है, मेस पेड है, कॉलेज पेड है, स्टेइंग पेड है, accommodation paid है, what do you need money for? So they should not give me. So for this I started earning little bit side by side when I was in college. That really helped me when I became a radio jockey, because I was so used to people not listening to me, because I used to keep on talking on the mic, and people used to just walk by, and I'll have to go to them, अरे sir मैं कुछ बोल रही हूँ, सुनो मेरी बात, and I have to like come up with ways to grab people's attention, and I had to do something with the kids. I had to make them play. So I was doing all sorts of activities to just get someone's attention. So that really helped me become a radio jockey. So coming to the story of how did I land up getting the radio job, I've always talked a lot, even in my school, even in my college. I used to love giving presentations. I used to love going on stage, and every day when my mom used to wake up and she used to make breakfast in the morning, I remember waking up to the sound of radio, and my mom, making breakfast and listening to radio. And she used to listen to radio, and she used to hum to the songs, and she used to dance. And when she was in the good mood, she would like wake everybody up, and she used to be like, "Chalo, is gaane ka hum guess karte hain, ye kisne gaya hai, ya ye radio jockey kaun hai?" And one day she just mentioned this thing that, Tanvi, it will be so nice if I could hear your voice on radio every morning. And I don't even remember, I didn't even take her seriously. I should just tell her, isse better to main hi bol dungi mama, ye kya bol rahi hai? And a few years baad me, there was this ad in newspaper which said, "Do you want to become a radio jockey?" And my dad was like, "Okay, now is the time to actually prove your confidence or overconfidence for some." So he sent me the ad print, and he was like, "Jao tum isme interview de kar aao." So I went to Nasik. The job was in Nasik, because so I had to travel to Nasik. I went there, I gave my interview, and next day I got the job as a radio jockey. And I was really, really surprised. And I was like, इन्होंने मुझ में क्या देखा कि मुझे radio jockey बना रहे without any experience? Because मैंने पुणे में काफी जगह I had applied, and they all told me you have to first become an intern, and then you can, based on your experience as an intern, we will then hire you. We will think of hiring you as an RJ. And I didn't want to go through all that. I just wanted to become a radio jockey. So Nasik seemed like a beautiful option to me. And then I was the first one to get a job right after college. Like, we had a graduation ceremony, and the next day I left for Nasik and I started my job. So like the assignments, I was always the first one to do it. I just because I didn't want the headache and I didn't want the anxiety कि shit मैं college के बाद क्या करने वाली हूँ. So I just got the job as a radio jockey. While I was being a radio jockey, it was the best time of my life. I have hosted two shows. Both the shows targeted young people like you, and I had to go to various colleges, engineering colleges, because people say that the kids and the students in engineering colleges are really suffering, and they really want a breather, and they really want some entertainment. So they used to call me, and the principals and everyone used to tell me कि Tanvi, please just relieve their whatever stress they're having. और मुझे realize हुआ कि engineering students बिल्कुल stress नहीं लेते हैं. They are the most chill people on this planet. They don't worry so much. I mean, there are two types of engineers, जिन्हें genuinely engineering करनी होती है, जिन्हें मशीनों से प्यार होता है, और जिन्हें शायद पता नहीं उन्हें क्या करना है, वो एक्सप्लोर करने आते हैं इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में. एंड देन दे रियलाइज कि यार मुझे तो आर्ट फील्ड में जाना है, मुझे राइटर बनना है, मुझे रेडियो जॉकी बनना है, मुझे एक्ट्रेस बनना है, whatever. So these are the two categories of engineering students that I have observed. So the main point was to talk to them, was to deal with whatever issues that they were having, talk about that issue on radio, and basically to connect with as many youths as possible. That was great. But there was this little thing in my head. While I was growing up, I was a I'm still a dusky person. I was a dusky kid. I was on the healthier side, and I was a tall girl. And I come from a family of 3 siblings. I'm the middle child. So my elder sister, she's always been this petite little girl. She looks younger than me till now. And I have this younger brother who's just younger, and he was also petite. Like both my parents are petite, and I was the only odd man out, and I didn't even notice it. Thanks to my parents, they'd never commented on my face. They never told me. and in a good way. I really appreciate that retrospectively. They never said you look beautiful today, because they concentrated more on me achieving skills and talent rather than focusing on this outer beauty, which really doesn't make a lot of sense. And it really doesn't influence a lot of people. What influences people, what inspires people, are your skills and talents, how you use them to better someone else's life, how you make someone else's life, how do you make them smile. And since I was a little girl, I've always made sure that whenever I go on stage or whenever I am with people, I will make people smile. And that has been my Instagram bio since 2017. I think if you check that, you will know I really just genuinely want to make people smile, and I talk to make people smile. um, but coming back to my story, I was the heftier one, and I was always very, very body conscious. After a particular person pointed that out to me, and since then I started my journey into. I became very body conscious. I didn't understand a lot about it, but I just started cutting down on food, and I was dieting crazy. In my college, I remember I decided that now I'm away from my parents, so I come from Jalgaon. My college was in Pune. So, I was in my second year. I took up a subject called wellness management. And in that, the sir basically gave us all the tricks and tips to lose weight, and how, eating maida is not good, and eating fried food at night is not good, and kurkure is not good at all. And I was just like, you're just taking away my life. Just don't do that to me. So I started exercising. I started looking for better, healthier option, and I lost all the weight I had put on all these years. Um, and again, this ad came. Do you want to become the next Miss Universe? And I was like, I want to become the next Miss Universe, because me and my parents and my entire family have watched reruns after reruns of Miss India, and all of us have given answers. What does beauty mean to you? What is the essence of woman? What would you do if you became a president? If you had to become a president for a day? We've all given those answers, and I love giving answers. I mean, if you ask me any question, I'll be more than happy. Like, that is my favorite part of beauty pageant, to answer Q&A. And my dad was like, okay, go for it. And it was Miss Diva, and I saw the requirements. The requirements said you have to wear a bikini, and there has to be a bikini round. And till that time, I was 19, I think. I am so great. I'm so happy for these young girls like you. You know what bikini is. You are very confident in wearing bikinis. But I was not, I don't know if I was not confident. I had just never worn a bikini, and I'm a swimmer. But when I was swimming, we used to wear this really auntie type swimming costume, which nobody even bothered to look at. So I told my father, Papa, bikini round hai. Are you sure you want me to go in this? Like, are you sure? Are you comfortable? He's like, why are you asking me? Like, it's okay. It's great. If you've worked so hard for your body, why not flaunt it for a change? And he was the one who came with me to buy a bikini, and he was like, no, solid colors look better, so you should go for pink and yellow and all of that. So that's a great story. So we went, and I had never been trained for pageantry. I didn't even know. I mean, I knew pageants, and I was always into it. I was in my head, बचपन से दिमाग में था कि यार बड़े होके मिस इंडिया बनना है. हर एक लड़की के दिमाग में होता है ये, तो वो मेरे दिमाग में था. But I just did something about it. A lot of times people have these crazy dreams, but they are too afraid to just go for it. I think 80% of the success comes by showing up. This is a quote I read somewhere, but it holds so true. If you just want to achieve your crazy dreams, you just have to show up for it. So I called my parents. I was like, "आप अगर नहीं आओगे audition के दिन, तो मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगी." So my audition was in Pune. It was my first beauty pageant audition, and like I had never seen such pretty girls ever in my life. There were these 100 girls lined up from Pune and Gujarat, as in from Maharashtra and Gujarat, and they were going to select few girls from Maharashtra. And then we went inside. It was the first time, I was wearing shorts and spaghetti. And before that, I had never worn heels. That was the first time I got my 4-inch heels with my dad, again, with my parents. And it was my little brother who is a dancer. And it is said that the people who are dancers are better at ramp walk. So he was 10 at that time and I was 18. No, he's 7 years. Huh? He was 11 and I was 18. And he was like, Tanvi, aise chalo, Tanvi, aise dalo pair. You have to move your hips. You have to, sway your waist and all of that. I was just like, my brother knows more ramp walk skills than me. But anyhow, we practiced for 7 hours straight the previous day. Me, my brother, my mom, dad, we all went to conquer Miss Universe audition, and we all go there. And there were 3 rounds. And I remember going one after the other. And there were girls discussing about the trainer. There were girls discussing about contouring, highlighter, and I didn't know anything about that. I just wore I was wearing kajal and I was wearing a lip balm, and that's it. That was my makeup for the day. But somehow I don't know what happened. I got selected, and it was my first. I got the validation I was looking for. I thought, okay, without the training, without any sort of previous experience, if I can get selected from these 100 beautiful girls, I might have something in me. And then I went for Bombay auditions and I didn't get through it because that was the year I think Urvashi Raujala was in my batch. And I remember both of us were walking on the ramp and I was looking at her. I was like, इतनी सुंदर लड़की मेरे बाजू में अगर चलेगी तो मैं किसी को कैसे दिखूंगी? And I was just like, मैं हार गई हूँ, मुझे क्यों यहाँ पे बुलाया भगवान ने? Or obviously I lost that day and I was very, very disheartened. I thought, why am I losing so much weight? Why am I thinking about my hair? Why am I thinking about my skin? Let me just focus on my academics and I'll focus on my studies, whatever. And then I didn't look back on beauty pageants till I became a radio jockey, and I was in Nasik. And one day when Manushi Chiller won, I started crying. I was so happy. I was so proud of her. And my mom called me and she's like, did you see it? Did you see the finale? And I was like, yes, Ma, I saw the finale. And she was like, wasn't she beautiful? I was like, yeah, she was absolutely beautiful. The answers were beautiful. And I told Ma that day that I want to become now. I really am prepared for it. I think I'll professionally train myself. And she's like, okay, go for it then. And that day I enrolled myself to a training institute, and my teacher, my guru, she changed everything for me. She taught me how to walk. She told me how to, and I used to walk like a man. I mean, not in an offensive way to anyone here, but you know how men walk, they just walk parallel walk. And in ramp walk you're supposed to walk like this. And she saw my walk and she was like, were you a tomboy growing up? I was like, yes, I'm still very much a tomboy. And she was like, no, you have to walk like this. So that was the first time I started walking like a beauty queen. I learned how to apply makeup. I learned how to do my hair. I practiced Q&A with her. That was my favorite thing in the world. And it was in 2019 that I decided, now this is the year that I will start participating in pageants. So I trained myself in 2018, and in 2019 I started going for auditions. So my first audition was for Miss India, and I remember I was very, 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 very nervous, and I was in my perfect body, like the ideal Miss India body. My skin was a little dicey, but I was like, okay, theek hai, audition mein itna nahi dikhega. Now you can see I have some pimples. It's like I'm talking to myself. I don't even know how many people are listening to me. I can't even see each other's faces. But this is very like radio, because I couldn't see anyone while I was talking on radio. This is okay, not a problem. Please tell me on, like, if you are there, like, please comment, like you are here. Someone has to comment, like, we are here types. Is someone here? Can you because there is an option of comments, right? We are here. Only Sneha is here, I think. Sneha, is there anyone else besides you? Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. Oh, this is heartbreaking. No, they are on live, so they can't write. They can't like comment. Is it?
Yeah, no, they are writing comments, but on the YouTube live, like we are on the StreamYard.
Okay, so here, whatever is happening, it's going on YouTube, and there people are watching.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So, are you enjoying? Because I have no other validation. Okay, like Sneha, are you with me on this till I've spoken? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. Sorry. Trust
No.
me, I'm listening throughout. It's really incredible how you are speaking about yourself, and it's just like a different world for you.
Yeah, okay, okay. So I just,
It's actually very good.
okay, thank you, thank you. I just wanted that validation. So I remember, where was I? I forgot the point. Huh. So coming to Manush, so Miss India. So in 2019, I went for my Miss India audition, and I remember I was selected as the top five from Rajasthan, but I didn't get selected in the top three. I was very, very disheartened because there were so many people counting on me, and everybody just messaged me, "It's okay, it's okay." But I had put my heart and soul into this, into preparing myself for Miss India. I remember when I used to do my radio shows, I used to wear heels, and I used to, once I was done with my radio show, I used to walk in heels in my office up and down, and people used to look at me as like a crazy person, like, what is this person doing? And I had always, on like, there are question banks for Miss Indias and Miss Universe on Google, and I had literally practiced every question with any person. Like, even if I used to go to interview stars, in radio, stars come usually, and I used to ask them, so tell me, if you were not in this profession, what profession would you choose? What do you think beauty is? So that, I used to always ask questions to people so that I could get content for my thing. So when I didn't get into Miss India for the first time, I was very, very disheartened. But my parents were like, no, you can try again. So in I think March again, I went. Sorry, I think if after a few months I went again for Miss India, from the different state, because you can participate from two states. Every girl can participate from either her hometown or the place she works in. So I participated from the other state, and I got selected. And when I got selected, I was like, okay, great. Now I am in it. Now I'm in Miss India. But when I was with the other girls, I was so overwhelmed. I was so stressed. I was so anxious all the time that I could not perform my very best. And I remember Neha Dhupia ma'am was my judge, and she asked me this question: Tanvi, why do you think you should become the next Miss India? And I knew, I mean, this was the basic question, like one question I have always prepared myself for. But when she asked me that question, it was so intimidating. I just said, ma'am, because I'm very like a pure person, and I'm very white also. I'm a very pure person, and I'm very like genuine. I'm very natural. And she said, she just looked at me in shock, and she was like, okay, so because you're a pure person, a very nice, genuinely nice person, we should make you a Miss India or what? And I felt, oh my God, I just ruined the personal interview, which is supposed to be the make or break for all of us. And she was like, do you want to try again? And I said, yes, ma'am. I am Tanvi Malhara. I come from Jalgaon, and I am a radio jockey by profession. I have written a book while I was in college, and I've always wanted to make people smile. And going into Miss India is only a step forward for me to reach out to many people and make their lives a little better and happier. And she's like, you could have said this pehle, no? And I was like, no, I'm so sorry, I'm sweating my palms out. And she's like, no, but you've lost your chance. And that day I knew I was not going to make it in the the finalist of Miss India. So that happened. It broke my heart. I was crying for months together. I remember my mom is like, don't worry, beta, tum paneer khao. And I used to eat food because food was the only thing that gave me comfort that time. And I had gained all the weight I had lost for my pageant. And it was after a few months that my teacher again called me, and she's like, Tanvi, do you want to go for Miss Earth now? And now I was like, ma'am, I'm still not over the loss of Miss India, because that year was lost, right? I could not have participated again in Miss India. So she's like, no, just go for it. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll go for Miss Earth. And I'm going to cut short the story a little. I was then, after all the auditions, I was then the finalist of Miss India Earth. So in Miss India, I was just a state finalist. In Miss Earth, I was the finalist. And I thought, this is my moment, you guys. I'm going to win it. I called my parents and I was like, Mama, Papa, aap jaldi se Delhi aa jao. Aapki beti Miss India Earth hone wali hai. And my parents, like the sweetest parents they are, they came, they were hooting and all of that. And my finale started. This is a very good story. So my finale is starting. I'm very like confident. I'm very I'm going to win. ये मेरा thought था. और जैसे ही मेरा नाम अनाउंस होता है, जैसे ही मैं स्टेज पर जाती हूँ, मेरी हील हिल जाती है और मैं स्टम्बल ऐसे गिर, ऑलमोस्ट हाउ डू यू when you fumble when you talk, right? So मैं stumble हो गई थोड़ी सी, and my parents They were like, oh my god, we came all the way here only to see her lose again. And I go backstage and I call my mom and she's like, कोई नहीं बेटा, हम next year try कर लेंगे. और मैं first round में ही हार जाती हूँ. So that was again a very, very sad journey for me. I came back again, crying my eyes out, and I thought, I can't deal with this. Why am I doing all this? And my friends were like, it's okay, you'll get through it. Next time, next year kar lena. And I was like, no, I'm just very physically tired, because once you start losing, you lose confidence in yourself. You start doubting everything. And I've always been a very confident child, because I went into auditions, I went into beauty pageants, knowing I might not be the prettiest girl, but I am a very confident girl and I have a very good communication skills. But after losing consecutively for like 3 times, I was like, I might not be cut out for it. And I went to Bombay. I was like, let's forget it. Let's start a new life. I left my job as a radio jockey also. I was like, no, let me just start everything from starting. And then that was the worst period of my life. I had nothing to do. I used to wake up feeling so sad, and I had like literally nothing to do. I used to go for auditions, and I was getting rejected there. And I used to get selected till the last part, and then they used to call someone else for the final shoot. And I was like, something is not working out. And it was then I started writing my book about radio and pageantry and my journey and how I feel about all of this. And the last time, my ma'am called me again, and she's like, Tanvi, there is this another pageant. It is Miss India International. Do you want to participate in it? एंड आई वाज लाइक, मैम या तो आपको बहुत मुझ पे भरोसा है, या तो आपको मुझे डिप्रेशन में ही डालना है. मतलब ये दोनों में से ही कोई ऑप्शन हो सकता है. सो शी इज लाइक, नो नो, जस्ट गो फॉर इट, जस्ट ट्राई वंस. And I was like, okay, cool. My parents were like, you've done everything. Oh, that's my friend. Hi. It's मेरा लाइफ चल रहा है, but you can obviously sit. मेरा लाइफ चल रहा है. It's okay, cool. So there was I. 1 second. Just like give me a second. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have to like. She's playing with my dog. Say bye to everyone, please. She's Darshana. She's a really, really good friend of mine. We work out together, so she's come to work out. I forgot to tell her that I have a life today. Okay, so my parents told me that you've always done everything right. Like, because they're my parents, they'll always feel that. They said, "Abhi tum wapas prepare kaise karogi pageant ke liye? You will start dieting. You will work on your walk. You will work on your hairstyles. You will work on your Q&A. But that is not leading you anywhere. So you have to try something different." And it was then they sent me to a meditation center, because I've always been this very enthusiastic kid. They sent me to Vipassana for 10 days straight, Igatpuri mein. And I called the organization of meditation center, and they were like, "Ma'am, आप श्योर हो आप आना चाहती हो? आपको पता है ना मेडिटेशन सेंटर में 10 दिन आप बोल नहीं सकते, आपको 5 बजे के बाद खाना नहीं मिलेगा, आपको सिर्फ मेडिटेशन करना है, यू कैन नॉट रीड, यू कैन नॉट राइट, यू कैन नॉट टॉक टू एनीवन." एंड आई वाज लाइक, हाँ क्यों नहीं, मैं को क्यों पूछ रहे हो आप ये सवाल? तो ही इज लाइक, नहीं क्योंकि आप रेडियो जॉकी रह चुके हो, आपको बोलने की आदत होगी. एंड आई वाज लाइक, नहीं नहीं कोई दिक्कत नहीं, मैं तो कर लूंगी आराम से. एंड द डे आई गो देयर, I remember I was surrounded by middle-aged women, and they were all very fine. And I was the one who was crying my heart out for 6 days straight. I was just crying there, sitting in my meditation room. I was just crying, and people used to look at me and wonder, "Iske जीवन में इतना क्या दुख है जो हमारे जीवन में नहीं है?" And on the 7th day, it was only 4 days left. On the 7th day, I decided, listen, I can't just sit and cry. I have to like just do what the teacher says. And I started meditating. And I don't know what changed in me, but on the 10th day, when I go, I go into my train, I decided with myself that no matter what happens in this competition, I will be okay. For 10 days, I will be sad, but on the 11th day, I will be okay. Even if I win, for 10 days, I will be celebrating, but on the 11th day, I will be fine. And with that attitude, I just went for Miss India International, and I just had one goal in my mind, that if I've come here, I'll go back with a crown. I will not go empty-handed this time. And I didn't tell it to my parents, because they would have come, and I could not have, मैं सहन नहीं कर पाती अगर वो वापस देखते कि उनकी बेटी हार गई है. So मैंने उनको कुछ नहीं बोला. मैंने बोला, हाँ हाँ सब सही चल रहा है, आप टेंशन मत लो. And on the day of my finale, I remember it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and when the host asks everyone in the audience, "Who do you think should become the next Miss India Multinational?" And I was so happy that more than 60% of people shouted my name, and I was like, I have won. It's okay. Even if I don't win, I have won. Like, I've won people's hearts, so it's okay. Whatever happens will be okay. And yeah, I won, and it was the happiest night of my life. And I called my parents, and they were like, "Mama, finally जीत गई हूँ मैं, आप अभी सो सकते हो." And they were like, "Finally, thank God, now we can eat normally and we can sleep normally and we can have normal conversation and not like a Q&A every time we have a family gathering." So what I want to tell you all from the entire story, this was my journey, and this is not the end, you guys. Now I have to represent India at Miss Multinational. I don't know if I'll win or not, but I'm sure that whatever I'll do with my heart and my soul. With the I don't know. Now I'm repeating the answer of the Miss India which I gave to Neha Dhupia with my genuinity, and I will be the most myself. And I realized anyone can win any competition if they are the 100% Tanvi, if they are the 100% you. Whenever you are going anywhere, whatever you want to achieve in life, you have to remember that you cannot become someone else magically, and you cannot imitate them and become something else and then win something. If you want to win something like genuinely, you feel for it, you have to be 100% you all the time. And that means you have to accept your flaws, that means you have to accept your imperfections, and you have to celebrate them. And one thing that I did in my pageantry in Miss India International Multinational was, in my talent round, I performed as a radio jockey. So today I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a little piece of what I did in my talent round for you all. This is not scripted, not like I don't script my radio shows. I just know what I have to talk about. So I'm going to perform. I don't know if you're listening to me, but if you are, I'll be happy to know what you thought about it. So okay, here it goes. 104.2 माई एफएम पर मैं हूँ आरजे तानवी और आप सुन रहे हो शो यंगिस्तान, जहाँ गाने वही प्ले होते हैं जो आपका दिल चाहता है। आज मैं एक ऐसे कॉलेज में हूँ जिधर मेरी बड़ी हिस्ट्री है। ऐसी बात है कि मेरे बड़े पापा और पापा यहाँ पर चोरी चोरी रहते थे और बहुत मजे करते थे। है तो ये इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज, लेकिन आई एम डैम श्योर यहाँ पर इंजीनियर से ज्यादा आर्टिस्ट है, क्रिएटिव पीपल है। आज वो बना रहे हैं इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स वीक, जहाँ पर उन्होंने मुझे इनवाइट किया। आई डोंट नो मैं क्या बोलूंगी, लेकिन इतना मैं जरूर जानती हूँ कि जो मुझे सुन रहे हैं वो ऑलरेडी खुद में इन्वेस्टेड है। वो खुद ही जानते हैं कि द ओनली वे टू बिकम समथिंग मोर देन हु यू आर राइट नाउ इज टू इन्वेस्ट इन योरसेल्फ। तो जितने भी लोग हैं, जितने भी इंजीनियर स्टूडेंट हैं, मुझे जोरदार तालियों के साथ, आई कांट इवन हियर यू बट आई नो यू आर सिटिंग समवेयर, एंड आई नो कि इस साल आप जा नहीं पाई हो कॉलेज में, आपने एग्जाम्स कॉपी किए हैं, आपने असाइनमेंट्स कॉपी किए हैं, लेकिन मुझे एक बात पता है, इंजीनियर्स इतने टैलेंटेड होते हैं, इतने दिमाग के होते हैं कि वो जहां पर जाएंगे वो किसी ना किसी को बदलेंगे जरूर, वो किसी ना किसी की जिंदगी जरूर बेहतर बनाएंगे। तो इसी के साथ एंजॉय कीजिए 5 गाने बैक टू बैक अरिजीत सिंह की आवाज में, कहीं मत जाइए। स्टे ट्यून टू 104.2 माय एफएम। चलो आज कुछ अच्छा सुनते हैं। Okay, so this was how I this was not the script I performed there. It was obviously different. It was related to pageantry. It was related to my experiences in beauty pageant. And I think it was one of the reasons I won, because I combined my radio jockey skills into pageantry. So today I want to give, if I had to give advice, I don't want to, but if I had to give some comforting words, I would say, I know you guys are struggling, because I struggled in my college. I am still struggling every day. Today was one of, I think, on the scale of 1 to 10, I think 6th level pe difficult day raha hoga. Every day is a struggle, but it's okay to struggle, and it's so important that you struggle, because once you struggle, there is something that comes out of it. You become a different person. You become more creative. Someone writes, someone performs, someone makes videos, someone just dances. So struggle is so much more important than the good days, because 2019 was more of a bad year than the good year for me, because I lost so many times and then I won. So whatever you guys are doing, know that you're going to fail a lot of times and then you'll just win once. And victory happens not alone, it's always together. And this I say with conviction, because in my last pageant, it was not just me who won, my entire room won. So I was Miss India Multinational, my roommate Simrithi was Miss India International, and Trisha was the runner-up. And I know this because three of us used to, had we had each other's backs. They used to help me, I used to help them, we used to meditate together, and we had all decided in our heads, we didn't discuss it, but we knew that, इस room से कोई ना कोई जीतने वाला है, and the three of us won. So I just want to tell you all, magic happens when people gather together. They come together, they celebrate together, and they just work for something together. And yeah, I think I'm done. I'll just check on my PPTK notes if I have left something. I don't think I have, but yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. Yeah, I think I'm done. This was my story of radio and a beauty pageant. And if you have any question, you can start questioning me now, or you can, connect with me on Instagram, Tanvi_Malhara par, whatever the choice is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tanvi. That was
Was
like
it like too much? Did I talk? I can talk a lot. Like, did I like bore you all? I can't even help it because you can't.
not at all. You didn't bore us at all. Like, thank you so much. This session was so enlightening.
And one thing, no, I'm so
you
sorry to
trust
cut
me.
you. I just want to tell
Oh,
you,
sorry.
I really believe in engineers, and I think engineers are really, really talented. And if you guys can, put your mind into something, you can achieve it. I'm sure, because I've had so many engineer friends, and they're doing something amazing in their lives. And so I know that engineers, मेरा बहुत भरोसा है engineering पे और अभी भी. So please do good and make us proud sometime. I'm done. Now you can talk.
Yeah, sure. And trust me, I was listening to throughout. It was really great. Like,
Thank
there
you.
is some question in the chat box. I guess you can see them. I'll ask them on behalf of them.
Yeah, I
So
can't see
I
it.
think you can check them on the comments. It's okay. I'll ask you.
Yeah, yeah.
So Aarti ma'am is asking how to become a radio jockey.
Oh, that's a beautiful question. How to become a radio jockey is to never stop talking, and never lose your sense of humor. I think both of them work very well. Just be the funny one in the conversation. Just be the one who talks, not just talks, but really makes some valid points and add some value to the conversation. And these are the characteristics of a radio jockey. But if you want to like seriously go for this profession, you have to go into a radio station and send in your resumes, and tell them I'm available if you need me. And trust me, I have had so many beautiful people come into radio, and some interns who've actually become good radio jockeys now. So radio is one profession where everybody is just welcomed with open arms, and there are no qualifications required. You can just be an engineer and a radio jockey. Like, you can just go for a radio jockey. So just go and send in your resumes, and stick with it. Like, don't like give up after just giving one resume. You have to really push, and you have to really come back over and over again, and tell them I'm available all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I have one question.
Yeah.
So how was the world around you after you won the Miss India Multinational 2019? Like, the people around you, how they started treating you? Like, there is some sort of difference before
Yeah.
and
Yeah, suddenly, people were appreciating like my face and all, and I've never like trust me, never has any guy hit, like never, like people like in college also, like I have never experienced guys come in and tell me like, you listen, you're pretty and you're talented and you're smart. It was only after I started participating in pageantry that they started, I don't know, they started noticing me for a change. But I think what changes around me is people start expecting more, and they expect you to dress this way, talk this way, be this way, put certain pictures, all of that. So obviously they start expecting a certain thing from you. But I've always made it a point to be as 100% Tanvi as possible, because it was Tanvi who won. It was not this others, I don't know, उनके ढांचे से मैं नहीं जीती हूँ, मैं अपने ढांचे से जीती हूँ. So I always make sure कि I'm always me, and I'm only improve. The only aim is to improve myself, and not just become someone else. Not just like that. I think that has changed. Did I answer properly?
yeah. So the second question is, do you like, how is the beauty standards in India? Like, is there
Beauty.
any, yeah, beauty standards?
Okay, so this is a very big topic, and we can talk for hours in this. I will not in India. It is it's weird because, if we talk about it in a historical sense, we know how Britishers came, and they were the
Yeah.
ones who were ruling us. Then Aryans, they were always the whiter shade. So because of them, we've sort of made it a point for many years to worship the fairer people, worship the taller people, worship, because we consider them as a superior race because of the Britishers and the Aryans. But I'm so happy that these days people are breaking away from it, and people like me, ordinary girl. So I want to share one story with you, if I have the time. So after I just won Miss India Multinational, I was called to, I think I'd gone to Meghalaya, and we had a press conference there. And there was this journalist who saw me, and he asked me, but madam, आप तो ऐश्वर्या राय जैसे नहीं दिखते हो, आप तो बड़े ऑर्डिनरी टाइप हो. तो मैं हंस दी, क्योंकि मैंने बोला, सर, आई फील सैड दैट मैं ऐश्वर्या राय जैसी नहीं दिखती हूँ, बट दिस इज ऑल आई गॉट. और द मेन इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग आई वांट टू टेल एवरीवन इज, no, not everyone can look like Aishwarya Rai, but everyone can look like you. And अगर ऑर्डिनरी लड़की कुछ चीज जीतती है, तो उसके वजह से दूसरी जो ऑर्डिनरी लेकिन एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी लड़कियां होती है, वो होप्स देख सकते, दे कैन बी होपफुल. सो आई एम ग्लैड पीपल चोज मी लाइक अ वेरी ऑर्डिनरी फेस वाली लड़की, सो दैट पीपल लाइक मी, लाइक अ नेक्स्ट डोर, अगर लड़की जीत सकती है तो कोई भी जीत सकता है. So I think that's really important. So that's how beauty standards are changing with every pageant, and I'm so grateful that I was, in the right time and in the right place. So एक चीज, दूसरी चीज मुझे जो बोलनी है वो ये है कि don't invest in your beauty, invest in your talents and in your skills, because it is only the talents and skills which can take you far. Beauty is only skin deep, it's not gonna like, आपके फेस से किसी को खुशी नहीं होती है. आप जैसे बोलते हो, आप जैसे रहते हो, आप जैसे बात करते हो, आप कैसे दूसरों को खुशी देते हो, उससे मतलब है. तो ब्यूटी पर इतना ध्यान मत दो, टैलेंट और स्किल्स पर दो, सब हो जाएगा. दैट्स माय आंसर.
Oh, that's really good. I
थैंक यू.
really appreciate how the way you like speak about beauty and how you like the person you are as
थैंक यू
apart from
मीना.
your beauty.
Oh,
Um,
now
so,
you don't have to say it, okay.
I'm sorry if that.
No,
Uh,
it was great. I'm saying you don't have to, you don't have to appreciate me. I say it's not a barter. It's great. I'm happy. You're happy.
Thank you. So the next question is: do you think pageantry objectifies women?
Oh no, not at all. I think pageantry is the safest place I've ever been. It's the outside world that objectifies women. So like, in all my organization, Miss India, Miss Earth, Miss Multinational, it was the safest I've ever felt. I never felt so safe after wearing a bikini. I don't feel safe wearing bikini in the swimming pool. In like when I go for swim lessons, I feel safer here. And the whole point of beauty pageant is to empower girls. Is to bring them forward to young people like you guys, and not just share our views, but to empower other women and other people around. I think it's a topic that should never be discussed. I think this is one thing I feel very strongly about. I have beauty pageants never objectifies women. They all never objectify women. They only empower them, and they empower them for good.
Okay, that's really great.
Yeah.
We'll move to the next question.
Yes.
So, how has this position changed you as a person?
I have. I think I'm more groomed now. I think I know myself better. Okay, so the beauty of beauty pageantry is the journey is to go within. I know it sounds like a very preachy answer, but in beauty pageantry, they ask you about everything and anything. They'll ask you about your favorite color. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Maybe my internet is like little, so I can't see. Okay, cool. Now I can see you. In beauty pageantry, they ask you about anything and everything, Sneha. They'll ask you about what's your favorite color, to what do you think about trans people. They'll ask you about your favorite policy in government, to what is this one rule that you would want to break for a day. So they can ask you anything. So you really have to question yourself. And a lot of people these days, because we have so much distraction in our lives, I am so distracted because of social media, but I love social media, I have no complaints. But because of all of this, we don't dig deeper. And beauty pageant helped me dig deeper in myself, like ask myself difficult question and simple question. So I am a more self-aware person. I know where my what my fears are. I know what my strengths are, my weaknesses are, and I am not. And I know that I only want to become better. Like that's the only. If someone had to ask me how do you define success, I think success is when I become the best version of myself. That is the success that I'm aiming for. So I think beauty pageant really helped me find myself, and I want beauty, like I want everyone to participate in beauty pageantry. I don't know, I want men, women, girls, boys, young people, because it's such a great journey. Like it's beautiful.
Yeah. So there is this question in the comment box, which has asked by Trisha Talati. What's
Yeah.
the biggest factor that has helped you to be successful?
Oh, I think my confidence. I'm very confident as a person. Um, I think confidence is the key. Yeah, like going into beauty pageants, like I said, सुंदर लड़कियों की कमी नहीं है। और फिर आप कैसे ही खुद को सुंदर मानोगे, या कैसे ही खुद को बेटर मानोगे, या कैसे ही खुद को मिस इंडिया टाइप मानोगे, it's only when you have the confidence to say no, if I'm here, I deserve to be here. If I'm here, I'm confident enough to win it. So I think the key factor is confidence. I truly believe everybody should just drink a confident boost wala, I don't know, shot, and just go for whatever they want. Because agar aap mein confidence hai, if you believe in yourself, people will believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, people won't believe in you. So these are the two things, I think: belief and confidence.
Yeah, we can totally see that. So the next question is asked by Gauri Shetty. Any advice to the 16-year-old Tanvi?
Oh, to the 16-year-old Tanvi, I was, I think, in my 11, no, I was in 11th grade. Oh, oh my God. One advice that I would like to give myself when I was 16 is to not pay so much attention to this one particular young man. It's not going to help. Not going to help you. Just focus on yourself and not give yourself entirely to this one boy whom you like for like few months. But like, yeah, it's a good phase to be, infatuated by someone. But to be very serious, if I had to give a serious advice to my 16-year-old self, would be don't study so much. It's fine. You don't. It's not gonna, like, it's okay if you don't score 99%. It's fine, because I was always very like academic. I had to come first. I had to perform very well, and I was always in that zone of studies and performance and coming first. I was a very competitive kid. So like I want to tell her that it's okay to not come first, and it's okay to 80% भी बुरे मार्क्स नहीं, अच्छे 90 में 2-3 लोग पास हो जाते हैं, ऐसे सब मुझे बोलते थे, but now I really understand it.
Yeah, we can totally feel you. Like personally, I can relate to you on a personal level. So I guess that's it for today. We don't have any questions. Guys, do you
Okay.
have any questions? Please write them in the comment box.
Yeah, I would love to talk about it. If we have some, like, if you don't have time, you can always, guys, I know not many of, I mean, I don't know, like this will be on YouTube, so I just want to tell everyone who will watch it later, if you want any help regarding beauty pageant or radio, I'll be more than happy to help you all. Just like send me a DM on my Instagram. That's my laptop talking. Just send me an Instagram text, I'll be more than happy to help you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I personally I follow you on Instagram and I can like totally tell you all that please follow her on Instagram. You will get some some fashion tips, some mental health talks, and there is so many things you can watch on her Instagram. There is so many. Trust me, there is so many. She's always active on Instagram.
I am. I love Instagram. I love it. It's my thing. I love it so much.
Yeah. So I guess that's it for this session. Thank you so much for joining us. I have something for you. Just
Ooh. Ooh. A question, is it?
Just a minute.
Thank you so much for your kind comments. Yeah, Swamini, thank you. Trisha, Priya, Alisha, Prachi, Pallavi, Prerna, Spitvi, Richa. Thank you. Gauri, Aarti, Sakshi, Vijaya, ma'am. I don't know if you all are teachers or students, so I'm not going to say ma'am. Chinmay, thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Being an
This is small token of
oh,
appreciation from us to you. I guess
that's
there
so
is.
sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take
Thank you
one.
so much for joining us. It was a really great session. Like I'm
Thank
telling you,
you,
it
Neha.
was, and you are an incredible person. You are the
Oh,
best. I have heard many webinar. This is my first webinar I'm hosting, and trust me, I'm not regretting at all. Thank you so
thank you.
much.
Thank you, Sneha. You were very kind and very generous with your words. Thank you so much. All the best to you. Rock it in your
Thank,
life, and I'm sure you will.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, everyone.